brain chip that could give you all the knowledge in the world.
I'd like to design something so I don't have to do my hair in the morning.
I'd like to design a flying car.
I like animals, and I'd like to design a collar that translated whatever the animal wanted. I would make a remote control that could make your hair change color.
Design stuff that we use every day.
Designers design things that everybody will use.
From product design kind of background, and you kind of come across universal design everywhere, from door handles even down to your phone. I think from first year onwards, it's something we really focus on. So I think you learn to see it everywhere.
They upgrade stuff, like if something is pretty good, they think, how can I make it better? And they kind of continue on the job and make it and improve it in every little step.
Universal design has taught me to stray away from focusing too much on the micro, on the building or how it performs, and look at it from the user's point of view and how to incorporate as many users into a scheme or a design as possible.
Well, a designer makes the future to be better for people instead of just being the old same thing.
If I didn't have the interpreter and the note taker, or if the place wasn't wheelchair accessible, I'd actually have to leave. I couldn't come here. My needs, this place actually suits my needs. It's totally accessible to me, both for my wheelchair and for my access to the classes by the interpreter and the note taker.
Design things to help people do things easier.
Well, for one, there's having an assistant, which I didn't have in my previous college, which is why I was ultimately unable to stay there. And there's also the smaller classes, which allows the teacher to go around and help everybody. More colleges could be like this one, and bring disabled people in for a meeting beforehand, so they can learn about their needs, so that the people can be aware of their needs.
It is important to make sure that if you do make something, it will be available for everyone, and not just for the one specific kind of people that you're thinking of.
It would have been based more around an idea of design for a person with different abilities to you. But the idea of universal design is, of course, to not exclude anyone or single anyone out. So absolutely, I think it should be involved in every course.
It's important because you shouldn't really let anybody be excluded just because they have disabilities or not.
So my education would have been very limited. We had no car, and because I was disabled, I couldn't walk. You know, like my brothers and sisters had to walk 3 miles to school every day and 3 miles back. So I missed a lot of education.
Whatever I end up doing in regards to design, I hope to include universal design, especially the 7 principles of universal design, because I think they're a very good point to go back to when considering design, because I think very important to consider all when considering anything in design.
When you change the future, people start to get interested, so they have much easier ways to live their lives.
Sometimes I'm a bit pressured for time because I write a bit slower to make sure I don't misspell anything. And for the Leaving Cert, I got the spelling and grammar waiver, so it's like a case of I didn't have to worry as much about spelling, so I could write a bit faster. So that helped a lot. And also I had resources time in secondary school as well, and I didn't do Irish, so I could go during the Irish class. We pretty much got extra help during those times with any subjects we were having trouble with.
You can't really build something that would be focused on one person's personality, because you're not going to really make much money.
And you're not going to really help, you're only helping them, you're not helping anybody else.
I think education is very important, and I think it's very important for children to be educated, to get them from a very early age and to give them a good grounding so that they can grow up to be independent, strong people, to be able to make decisions for themselves. Travelled all over the world, I did 4 Paralympics. 4 Worlds, 4 Europeans, 30 marathons. It's patience. I think patience and understanding is very important. That's what I think, And I think you have to be a good listener and to understand. If you see someone that has potential, to bring the potential out in that person and to bring them up.
I'd like to design a globe where if you touch the country, you transport there. I love music and I'd like to design a phone that you can't lose.
I like sport and I'd like to design a sport that involved everything.